still 2 titles behind Michael Jordan. The King has made it to the finals 4 more times. One article on the GOAT debate points out that appearing in 10 finals adds weight to LeBron's side of the argument and is something that MJ cannot match. The final verdict of the piece is that if you need one guy to win one game, MJ seems the obvious choice. But if it's for the entirety of a career and volume of accomplishments, then LeBron is probably the answer. Shannon, does this conclusion bolster LeBron's GOAT case?
For me, Skip, I've been set in my ways. I believe LeBron James is the GOAT.
GOAT in high school, GOAT in rookie year.
No. I don't believe. No, I believe. I believe Kareem is the greatest high school player because he lost 1 game in high school. He lost 2 games in college. Arguably, so we could debate that. But for me, Skip,
no, I'm talking about he was the all-time GOAT in high school.
Yeah.
Right?
LeBron came out. We had this expectations.
Yes.
We have this level of expectation for LeBron that we've never had for any other superstar.
Okay.
And I believe he's exceeded even our most lofty of expectations. Skip, look, in this article, I read this article, and it said basically he's played well enough in 8 of the 10 finals to win those games. Basically, they said the Mavericks and the 2007 when they lost to the Spurs. Now, it's hard for me to see a scenario in which a 22-year-old beats, ain't no arguing, the greatest power forward to ever to live, and 2 first-ballot Hall of Famers in Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili. I don't believe any other guy, 22-year-old, could have gotten this, even if you want to say the East was the least, I don't believe any other 22-year-old could have gotten this Cavaliers team to 2007. And if you look at when he lost, Skip, Michael Jordan is 6-0. No debating that, no arguing that, and there's nothing to argue. But it's hard for me to say that any of the teams that he beat in the finals were better than the Kevin Durant, Steph Curry-led Warriors team. It's hard for me to say that they were better than the 2014 or the 2007 Spurs. Any of the teams that he beat, that's not to diminish them, because if you're there, you deserve to be there. But it's hard for me to see a scenario where the Supersonics, where the Trailblazers, the 91 Lakers, or Utah was better than the 17-18 Warriors or the 14-7 Spurs.
How about the 98 Pacers? How about Reggie Miller's team? How about it?
They'd have got beaten one. They'd have got swept.
Stop it.
Hold on. So hold on.
They took Jordan to 7.
I want to make sure
I watched every drop of it courtside.
Are you saying that the Pacers, the 98 Pacers, are better than the 17-18 Warriors?
No, we're talking about the Spurs. I think they were right in the same ballpark with those Spurs.
They'd beat the Spurs?
But yeah. It would have gone back and forth. It would have been a 7-game series.
Yeah, they went back. No, it was it was scheduled for 7, but it'd have been over in 5. They went from San Antonio up 2-0. They went back to Indiana. They'd have won 1, and then the next 2, would have won.
Reggie Miller and the 2 Davises and Rick Smiths and Chris Mullin and Mark Jackson and Jalen Rose. I can keep Travis Best. That team was loaded.
That was a young Duncan. That was young Duncan before the knee.
Okay. Well, now I'm arguing against my Spurs.
Yeah, exactly. And you love Tim Duncan.
Listen, the East was the beast. Jordan had to fight through the East every year just to get to those teams, and you're underestimating all those teams that he played.
Yeah, but what you're doing...
Barkley's Suns were loaded. What did they win, like 70 games that year?
What you're doing is that people have made this mistake. They say physicality. Was the league more physical? Yes, but physicality and talent are 2 different things. There was 1 Hall of Famer on that Knicks. There were 1 Hall of Famer on those Heat teams. There were 2 Hall of Famers on the Indiana Pacers, where LeBron is trying to beat the big three Celtics. He tried to beat 4 with the Spurs in 14. He tried to beat 4 in 17-18 with Golden State.
Yep. All I know is this piece, this analysis concludes that basically 1 game for your life, it's not even close. You want Michael Jeffrey
Jordan. But that 1 game is an accumulation of games.
You want cold-blooded basketball killer. You don't want nice guy LeBron. You want the assassin that was Michael Jordan. You know it, and I know it. 1 game for your life, I know what you would do.
Give me the GOAT, because I already know, Skip, I'm always this. I can live with the results if you make the right play. Whatever it is, Skip, whatever it is, whatever we decide, whatever it is, I'm going to live whatever LeBron does because I know it's the right thing.
If my life is on the line, I want the guy who says, give me the damn ball and get out of my way because I will score this ball.
LeBron James,
I will figure this out.
LeBron James says, hold on, Skip. This is the same guy that dropped a double nickel. And he passed, he had a shot, and he passed to Bill Whittington. Why would he do that?
Because he was standing under the goal unguarded. Unguarded.
Oh, why would he pass
He just lobbed it to him and he dunked it.
Why would he pass the ball to John Paxson?
It wasn't the game to decide the finals. You know it and I know
This game didn't decide the finals.
Yeah.
It didn't decide.
My favorite picture is Scotty standing on the wing at Utah in Game 6. I'm open. And Jordan's like, stop it. And he goes up and holds the pose.
Think about this. When LeBron James gets in that situation, they bring double. They didn't even bring the double team. That shows you how much respect they had for him. They didn't even bring anybody to help Byron Russell. Look at what they did with Jimmy Butler.
It was a broken play. He stole the ball from Karl Malone in the corner and dribbled up the court.
Hold on.
They didn't have time to set up the defense.
You can send help. You can send help. You can come get the ball out of his hands.
Hey, if I took 98 Jordan versus LeBron of, let's say, 2015, that was probably his most epic moment.
Let's see. We've been at our apex since 2008, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. We've been at our apex longer than anybody.
Whatever LeBron you want, the nice guy LeBron, one-on-one, Jordan would have absolutely annihilated him. He's not too small. The 98 one was strong, thanks to the great Tim Grover.
Right here, right there, too little. We just back him down.
Okay,
back him down.
If you want to do longevity, I'll give you longevity because LeBron has now played 81 more playoff games, so he's just racking up numbers, 81 more than Michael Jordan. And he got to cakewalk through the Eastern Conference, 9 times to the finals?
Well, Skip, you know
9 times.
Well, Skip, he wouldn't have had 81 had he not gotten swept. Usually what you do is that you don't get swept. And then you just progress, and then you get to play more playoff games.
You're talking about the same LeBron who got swept twice and gentlemen swept twice in the finals?
Your guy got swept. See, what has happened is that what people have done is better for you not to make the finals as opposed to make the finals and lose. Because because Michael Jordan was getting swept in the first round, so he couldn't lose in the finals because he wasn't even getting to the finals. So that's what we've done. We've said, LeBron James, we would rather you get swept. We would rather you lose before you get to the finals than lose in the finals because that's what you've done. He's 6-0. But he only got 6 times. Why? If you go, you got to go more than 6 times.
Well, he would have been 8 in a row if he hadn't been forced to go play baseball for 2 years.
Look at Magic. Magic went 9 times. Kareem went 10 times. You mean to tell me the GOAT only went 6 little times?
Well, he would have gone as many times as he wanted to go, and he quit because Phil got fired. So he retired for 3 years that were still in his prime.
Well, if you that guy, it don't matter who your coach is.
Yeah.
If you what you tell me you are, you don't into what coach.
What angers me the most is all these blind witnesses out there led by you try to scrub the record clean and ignore the fact that LeBron's record is just littered with epic fails, starting with that Boston series, the last go-round in Cleveland, and his owner accused him of quitting, and he needed some insider to leak the story. He had to be sedated before games 4, 5, and 6. Are you kidding me?
So I'm just so I'm hearing you correctly. So when Michael was losing to the Pistons 3 straight years, he played his absolute best every single game.
Yeah, and they had to write a book about it. Sam Smith did, called the Jordan Rules, because they needed rules to control him.
I don't know who wrote the book.
And they played football.
This is what I know. Jordan is in the book. Jordan is in the highlights. Walking up the court with his head slumped.
I have never seen a superstar meltdown like the 2011 meltdown LeBron suffered against the Dallas Mavericks in 4, 5, and 6 in the finals. I have never seen anything like LeBron melting down at the end of Game 6 of the 2013 finals and get saved at the bell by Ray Allen's greatest clutch shot I have ever seen. I've never seen a Jordan team get blown off the floor by a record finals margin the way LeBron's was in 2014 by my Spurs. And I have never, ever seen Jordan melt down at the end of regulation and go pout at the end of the bench away from his teammates.
JR was sitting right there. Don't do that. JR was sitting right there. JR was sitting right there.
3 seats over.
It was 1 seat in between them.
And then he quit. He pouted and quit in overtime. Yes, he did. These are epic fails.
Shannon is not worried because he is still celebrating that championship.
Epic. What do you got? What do you got in his hand?
Guys, I want to talk about Kevin Durant next. Did he earn his 2 titles with the Warriors? We'll tell you how KD defended himself next.